Hi everyone, it's Margaret here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Thanks for being here. I really hope that you're doing great today. Woke up feeling strong and healthy and ready for a new day. I'm drinking my morning cup of tea today. I've got a little bit of a funny throat this morning, so I hope I'll make it through. But here we are. Actually drinking a tea that I picked up in Norway. It's actually a chai tea. And it's a lovely package. I love the packaging of tea. Half the time I buy teas, oh, it smells so good. And it's kind of like a Indian chai spicy tea, and it's perfect for when you need your senses to be enlivened, which I do today. But anyway, I do hope that you're doing great. I wanted to thank you so much for just your comments and your engagement, and also to remind you to tell a friend about 60 and Me. Go out to visit our website. Every day we've got new articles, 60andme.com. And also we have a super engaged YouTube channel now, and also on Twitter and Facebook. Just anywhere that you want to be, you'll find 60 and Me. And I think it's hopefully giving you something in your life that is motivating and encouraging and energizing for you. So really happy to have you here. Now, one of our bloggers is Sherry Broder, and Sherry wrote an article that is really wonderful because it talks about the things that hold us back. And so that the title is something like "Get Out of Your Own Way" in order to make the most of your achieving your goals as a modern. She calls it a hexagenarian. Hexagenarian is someone over 60. Did you know that? Hexagenarian? But anyway, anyone over 60, this are the 6 strategies that she gives you for just stop beating yourself up. Just stop that whole process of, feeling that you've done something wrong or that you haven't done enough, and the things that upset you. You vow to do certain things, and then you give up, and then you feel bad about it, and you never get back on the horse again, as it were. And she talks about these kind of things, ways to establish different habits. Habits that can move you through overcome your own obstacles, your own negativity, and move you into a place where these goals can happen. So I was actually looking at my cards again this morning, and so many of these topics are so relevant to this conversation that Sherry's having. I mean, things like stay curious, just don't give up and give up on something that you don't understand. Things like learn to trust again. Trust yourself as well as other people. And I think, in fact, that's one of the things that she talks about, is that if you listen sometimes to your own conversations with yourself, and just imagine someone else talking to you like that, you would just be so shocked, and you're so harsh on yourself sometimes. I mean, I certainly know that I am. I mean, I do this all the time, and then I look at myself and think, wow, you're doing okay. Like, you're doing your best, and you're trying to replace, some negative habits, try to improve your health and your exercise, all these things. But, treat yourself as your own best friend. Treat yourself like you would treat a best friend, or like your family sometimes, where you understand their challenges, you're very accommodating and very positive about doing good things to help, but then do the same for you. Do the same for yourself. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. That's avoiding self-criticism, number 1. Second one is to figure out what the problem is that needs solving. Now, you may decide, for example, that you want to lose some weight. And so instead of denying yourself all the fun foods that you love, for number 1 thing, don't buy them, because if you buy them, you'll eat them, and then you'll feel bad because you ate them. But, just do things to sort of identify the problem, and then do things that will help. So if you don't want to gain weight, make it a fun thing to eat healthy food. Or give yourself a boundary. So eat sweets or salted caramels at one point in the day. Make it a treat. Like if you finish something or you accomplish something, go ahead and do your little treat for yourself. And that way you kind of given it a space in your life. You haven't blocked it out, but yet be mindful of your choices. That's the second thing. The other thing is to set up reminders. And this is actually kind of a cool one. Like, for example, make a certain part of your house a no eating zone. Like if you've got a little, a part of your living room or even part of your office where you just do not eat at the desk, or you do not, and by the way, I do, so who am I to say, but you can do certain things where there's like an association between eating, television, eat. Maybe make that your place where you don't eat, but you eat somewhere else in the house that is more less, what's the word, not addictive, but no association with the habit that you're trying to break. And you can set up little sticky notes as well. I do this sometimes, just put them around, like, stop eating cookies or 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Little heart. I put a little heart next to it just because I love myself and I'm trying hard to not be, as Sherry's saying, beating myself up. Another thing is to write your commitments down. If you write it on a notepad or something that's visible, then it will become real to you. It won't be just a thing that you've said, oh, I've got to do this, and then tuck it away. So access it somehow on your phone, have it pop up as a reminder, or send yourself an email. I do this sometimes. I send myself an email, and then it pops up, and it's like, yeah, good point, Margaret. Thanks for reminding me myself. Another thing that Sherry talks about is to celebrate your wins. I mean, honestly, you can't be doing everything the way that you not want to do it. I mean, there are some things you're doing right, and so celebrate them. Keep a record of them. Give yourself little hearts, stars. Just do something to just acknowledge when you've done something good, when you've got through the day without doing something you didn't want to do. It reinforces the choices that you've made. It reinforces it avoids that self-criticism that I was talking about at the beginning, but it also gives you a time to sort of reward yourself, give yourself a pat on the back for something well done. Finally, don't give up. Don't give up if you fail at something. Guilt is like a really powerful emotion. Guilt and shame and self-criticism, they just can freeze you. They can just stop all action, positive and negative. So you have to be passionate and patient and compassionate with yourself, so that you can allow yourself to slip, allow yourself to make a mistake or do something that you were swearing yourself you wouldn't do, but just, whatever. You cannot be so serious about this, because that in itself creates tension and stress, which often fuels the thing that you don't want to do. Whether it's smoking or drinking or eating or, whatever, not doing, walking, exercising. If you feel guilty and shameful, you won't be able to do anything. And that's really the challenge, isn't it? And the final thing, actually, there was one more thing, which is don't try to change everything at the same time. I mean, you're only human, right? You're not a perfect angel or God. You are just you. You are human. And you can only do one thing at a time. And if you can get through that, then you have achieved your day. I think this is so important, especially people that are trying to give up things that are holding them back. If you just don't try to, fix this, and this, just one thing at a time. I hope this has been helpful. I was trying to think of a card from the deck that really speaks to this, and the one that I came up with most was kind of not even sort of related, but it is related when you think about being a hexagenarian or a 60-year-old person, and that is be proud of your age. All these things that I just talked about, the self-guilt and the self-criticism, it happens as you get older and you start to feel like you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough, you're not skilled enough. And I think it's to be proud of your age. Know that even though you may have picked up some habits along the way, you are just a great person. And I'll just read the back of this, because I think this is a very powerful little paragraph that I want to share again with you, because, for me, it resonates. And it says here, they want to sell us pills and potions. So they tell us that our wrinkles are imperfections, our skin is sagging, and our bodies are weak. This is what we tell ourselves too. You are beautiful because you've lived. You've had a bold life. You've experienced the depth of your own soul. You are beautiful. And for your age, not because of your age, not because of, in spite of your age, but because of your age. That's what's made you special. Hope that resonates with you. It really made embracing my 60s and now 70s much more powerful. And I hope that you also are feeling that way. It's important. It's part of why we're here. So I hope that everybody's doing great. Please leave your thoughts below as to what toxic habits do you want to leave behind. Leave in the comment section below. Let's have a chat, have a conversation. And I look forward to reading your comments, jumping in myself, and tell us what toxic habits you want to leave behind, and what have you tried in the past that has either worked or not. Share your experience. It'll be good for everyone else. So take good care, everybody. Have a super day. Have a great time out there in the world. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.